After visiting some of Cambodia's most famous tourist sites, I wanted to dive deeper into the local culture. In the provincial town of Battambang, I hired a local guide and headed into nearby villages. I wanted to see what life is like in rural Cambodia. The experience was eye-opening. So let's begin the journey in the city of Battambang. Good morning from Battambang, the city with the coolest name in all of Cambodia. Today, we're gonna head into some villages to see rural Cambodia. Come and join me. Yeah. So here we are with Mr. Bun.
Hello.
And he's gonna be my guide today. This is your tuk-tuk, so let's get in. I already said in my video that Battambang has the coolest name of any city. It's such a cool name, right? Battambang.
Yeah, Battambang.
Yes. So first stop will be some places around the city, and then we're gonna head into the countryside, see some villages. Then we're gonna take a bamboo train, and then we will head to something called the Killing Cave, and I will explain what that is when we get there. We left the city of Battambang and headed into a local restaurant for coffee. Here I got a look at how traditional Cambodian dishes are made, and I was also curious about my guide Bun's tuk-tuk, so I asked him a few questions about it. How do you get one tuk-tuk? Do you build it or do you you build it?
It's not. I'm not building it myself, but I have a mechanic who build the tuk-tuk himself.
Okay, so they get all the parts from different places.
Yeah.
And you buy the motorcycle.
Yes.
Okay.
And then they connect to each other.
And do you need a permit for tuk-tuk, or you can just build it like
you
this?
just build it.
Okay.
We don't have the permit or the date.
No permits. Okay. And how much does it cost to get a tuk-tuk built?
Like $1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah.
And the bike is like 500 or?
The bike, if you buy the second hand, we can pay like between $500 to $700 for the second hand.
So the whole tuk-tuk is like 1,007.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And do you have to go to the bank, or is it like Cambodian?
We don't use my bank. So
No?
like just the cash.
Cash, cash. So yeah, it's cash economy here. No loans. So you don't have any
Some
debt.
people they do if they can't afford, but some people.
okay.
But anyway, we borrow the money from the bank. The bank just give us the cash. I don't use the cash to buy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I was always wondering how these tuk-tuks are actually produced. Now I know. Yeah, now we are gonna get some dragon fruit, and here's the shop. So, hello. Hello. So this is the dragon fruit.
That's the dragon fruit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we are weighing it. How much do we have? 1.2 kilos. 1.2 kilos. So yeah. Can I see? Can I
sure,
see?
sure.
Yes. Okay. So this is where the people live. This is the house. And here they have all their clothes, which they are washing, I suppose. A lot of clothes, right? A lot of clothes. Yeah.
She have a lot of children.
How many children does she have?
3 children.
3? Oh, that's not so
that
much.
many, so.
Yeah, not that many. Yes. And here this is the living room. So this is their living room here.
The hammock to having a siesta.
Siesta at the hammock, yes. Yeah. And is he going to school? Like, is he going to high school?
He's the banker.
He works in a bank.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
he works in the bank.
Okay. He's a little bit camera shy, I think, but so you are the banker. You handle the money, right? So yeah. So these very lovely people allowed me to go up and see their house. So yeah, this is the entrance. I'm not gonna go inside and spend some time there, but I'm just gonna open it. Oh wow. So you cannot see it because I don't know. So basically I don't know how to turn on the light, and I don't want to, intrude too much on their privacy, but yeah, they have basically one room here with a bed and clothes. That's it. So basically you got the mom and the dad, and then 3 children, and they all sleep in the same room here. I have to be careful not to fall down. But yeah, this is a real Cambodian village house. It's all made out of wood. And these are the stilts, right?
No, that's
No?
the wooden.
No stilts.
The wood.
But does the water come up here?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. But
So-
they got like a heavy rain. They got very big flood. So mostly they move the property to the second floor.
Okay.
When they're like,
Yeah.
I-
So very nice place. Very nice house.
just out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and here is their little shop.
Yeah,
So
the
this
small
is
store.
they sell their stuff here to the villagers, to the
Yeah, the
people.
villager they come and eat here.
Okay, and there's the kitchen.
Yeah, the kitchen.
Yeah. It's very beautiful. Yeah. So, Okun, thank you very much. So now let's try the dragon fruit here.
Yeah.
So I eat like this,
No,
right?
you peel it like this.
Ah, okay. Can you just? Thank you. Let's try the dragon fruit. It's very good, very delicious. Yeah. So this is dragon fruit, right from the trees in a Cambodian village. What's the name of their village? The village. Okchie. Okay. So yeah, Okchie, world famous village now, and people should come here and taste this beautiful dragon fruit.
It's organic. They got it from their own plant.
All organic. You know, you don't need a bio label. You got it from your own plants here in people's garden. Yes.
She's shy. They tell you
She's shy.
some children
Ask
are
her.
living at the village. Some of them they never ever see the tourists before.
Did she?
So some of them are scared and shy.
So she never saw a tourist before.
I think
If
so.
she wants, she can hold the camera. Ask her. If she wants.
Can dia kan.
No? She's too.
She's scared.
Take. It's take.
Kan.
Now she can see herself there. You like it? Look there. There you can see yourself. Yes. Very cool. So yeah, that was a really cool place to see here, a real Cambodian village house. And yeah, now we're gonna continue and see some more places. So we have made it to a village temple here, and yeah, this building looks really nice. So when you are in these villages here, everything is very rudimentary. The houses are rudimentary, there aren't many cars, most people have bikes or tuk-tuks, but the temple here is quite ornate and quite grand. And that is because those temples are built by donations. So these donations, they come from people who are outside of Cambodia but who have relatives here, or the government, or just local people. So they put their money together to build the temple. And this temple right here is actually home to about 30 monks. So the monks, they are living in the houses over there. These are the quarters. And yeah, those monks, they have to follow very, very strict rules. So they cannot have a wife, they cannot have a girlfriend, they cannot even touch a girl, and many other rules, such as, you know, they cannot drink alcohol. And you know, it's a very, very regulated lifestyle. Also, they basically, what they do is they go out between 6 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. to collect donations. And that is what they do in the morning, and then they have to eat between 11:30 a.m. and noon, because they cannot eat after noon. That is one of the rules that the monks have to follow. But in Buddhism, you don't have to be a monk for your whole life. Basically, you can become a monk and then stay a monk and live in the temple for a few months or years, and then you can go back to, you know, regular society. And yeah, let's walk around a bit. And right here we have the stupas. And in the stupas, the people actually put the urns with the ashes of their cremated family members. That's what the stupas are for. So yeah, the guy told me that the actual temple building is closed because they're doing some work inside. So we cannot actually enter, but this is a local Buddhist temple. So obviously I've seen a lot of temples, you know, like big temples, and temples that are mostly open for tourism. But this right here, this is really a village temple in rural Cambodia. We are now about 30 kilometers away from the city of Battambang, and this is where local people go. So actually most families in Cambodia are still very, very conservative. So yeah, most families go to the temple once a week. It's just like Christians or Muslims who go to the church or the mosque maybe once a week, maybe more. And yeah, that is the Buddhism in rural Cambodia. After visiting the temple, we continued through the villages and saw lots of interesting scenes, like 5 kids on a motorbike. Next, we stopped at a cattle farm. I was wondering why these cows are so skinny. I got my answers. So we stopped here at a little farm, and there you can see the cows. Now you might ask yourself why these cows look so skinny. It's because they just don't have enough to feed them unless it's the rainy season. So basically now they do have enough to feed them, but then when it gets dry again, then you know they don't have enough grass. And these guys are very loud. And yeah, so they basically, this is the cow, so this is the cattle farm, and they feed them here, they stay here, and then they slaughter them, and then the meat gets sold on the markets, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the meat gets sold on the markets, and they do not give any milk, these cows, because they are just too skinny. That's how it is. But so Cambodian, they eat a lot of cow, or yes?
We do eat a lot of beef, yeah. But they're mixed together. Some people, they like to eat a lot of beef and pork, but
yes,
beef, they do eat a lot of them as well.
And here's another really nice house. So one really big contradiction in these villages is that most people, as you could see over there at the dragon fruit place, they live a very rudimentary, you know, a very simple lifestyle. But then you also have people who have money, as you can see, and as you said, this money comes from abroad mostly, right? So
sometimes some of them, they haven't have a good business,
and some just have a good business. And these are actually the guard dogs here. Yeah, but yeah, this is rural Cambodia here. I mean, it doesn't get much more rural than this. Oh, there's a guy with his motorbike. Hello. All right. Let's continue. After the cattle farm, we continued and saw some kids fishing in the river. Can they show me how they fish?
No, it's not like that. They tried to get a snail, and there's the snail in the box over there.
So they tried to get a snail. Can I see?
Snail.
Wow, there they are, the snails. So how, with the hands?
With the hand on,
like this? No, not me. But they get them out by hand. Yeah. Okay. So how old are they? Can you ask? Like
11.
11, okay. Yeah. And he's older, right?
No,
so.
right, 16.
Does he like Manchester United? Manchester United, yeah. You see football jerseys everywhere. So, thanks. Nice meeting you. How do you say? That's a bit complicated.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so you say it for me. Yes. Okay. Bye. Bye. Oh yeah, there we have some local kids getting snails from the river here. So now we are at the bamboo train. There it is. So basically this is a mini train carriage with a small engine on it, and the local people use this to transport goods from here, the villages, to the city of Battambang. And yeah, this is the train. Now the government and some private companies, they built a new train. So this train will not exist for much longer, but it used to be the original mode of transportation that the villagers here used to get their goods to the city. And yeah, now we're gonna ride it. Now he's starting the train. So yes, so you put it on there. Oh. The train broke down. Oh, now it's working. Now we are. Oh, it's loud. We are off. Hello. So yeah, we are here at the first station, that's what they call it. And yeah, this is where the train stops. And we got little market here. Let's see, what does she have? Oh, we got some beer and Coca-Cola. I think I'll have a beer. One?
Yes, one.
I'll have a beer for the train ride back. How much?
$1.
$1. Here, 5.
Thank you.
It's okay, it's okay. Yeah, and these are the houses of the people here. So here we are again in rural Cambodia. So obviously this train ride is now also a tourist attraction, but I'm the only tourist right now because Cambodia is just, I don't know what they are doing, but they don't have a lot of tourists at the moment. And obviously it's post-COVID, so they haven't really recovered yet. But when I compare it to other countries in Asia, it's really empty here. And you know, this train, for example, usually you have 4 or 5 people on every ride, but today, you know, I'm the only one on my train ride. So yeah, Cambodia definitely hasn't recovered yet in terms of tourism. The good thing is that in these villages, the people do not rely on tourism. As you can see here, they grow their vegetables and they have their animals and fruits. But still, you know, the tourism is a bit of extra income for them. And when there is no tourism, like right now, they lose that extra income. And I'm pretty sure that they're gonna feel that. But yeah, I mean, it's so peaceful and beautiful here. It's just, you know, simple life. And you gotta come to these places from time to time just to remind yourself how many people in the world are still living. Just a very rudimentary, very simple lifestyle. And that's here. And there you can see the fruits. These are, I guess these are for the animals, so they probably have animals in there. And yeah, and these are the houses. So yeah, a very peaceful and simple lifestyle here in rural Cambodia. Now we have arrived at the base of a mountain here, and we're gonna go take a motorbike and go up that mountain, and up there I'll show you a very, very dark place. Let's go. Now it's time to explain what this place is. So I haven't really talked about this in my videos yet, but I will make another video about it because it's an extremely important part of Cambodian history. And what you should know is that this country, Cambodia, was ruled by one of the biggest lunatics in history. His name was Pol Pot. As I mentioned, I will do another video where I will explain a lot more about Pol Pot. But yeah, he was the leader of the Khmer Rouge, which was the Communist Party. And basically, they wanted to turn Cambodia from a relatively modern country into a rural communist society. And they didn't do it by telling people to go farming. They did it by killing 1/4 of the population. They killed 1/4 of the Cambodian population. And it's actually the country where most people, in terms of percentage, were killed by one single regime. And here we are at a place called the Killing Cave. Oh, somebody just startled the kids there. Sorry, so yeah, here we are at a place called the Killing Cave. So there is a cave where they killed people and then threw them off the cliff. And these killing spots, killing fields, killing caves, they are spread all over Cambodia. And yeah, they built this temple here right now. But yeah, let's go see the cave. So yeah, this is the cave, and basically what they did to hundreds and hundreds of people, actually 10,000. So this spot alone, 10,000 people were killed by the Pol Pot regime. They just dragged them out here and then they killed them with sticks and they threw them into this cave. That's how they did it. So apparently there are some human remains in there, so I'm gonna give you a warning about that. But yeah, let's go down. So yeah, this is the Killing Cave, one of many killing caves in Cambodia, and it's a very morbid experience, but it's important to know what happened here. Going down with the motorbike is definitely a bit more challenging than going up, and I wasn't given a helmet, so yeah, do have to be careful here not to fall off. and this will be our last stop because there is another very special place here. Alright, so guys, I have no time to explain, but there are bats flying out of this cave. Can you see them? And this is the last stop for today. I wanted to see this bat cave. Just look at, there's thousands of them, bats flying out. And we literally arrived seconds before they were starting to fly out. Usually they come out a bit later, so we were thinking that they would come out in 15 to 20 minutes. But since they are already coming out now, we were caught a bit by surprise here. So, as I was just told, we have 3 to 5 million bats flying out of there, and they keep flying out of there for about 30 to 40 minutes. So they come from this cave, and that's where they rest, and then they fly out at around 6 p.m. They go to the rice fields, they go to the forest and the lakes to eat the bugs, and then they come back somewhere around 5 a.m. Another very interesting thing about this bat cave is that once a week around 5 people go down there. They wear nothing but their underwear and baby powder because that scares away the bats apparently, and then they go down there to collect the poop which they use to make fertilizer. So yeah, inside this cave, which is a few hundred meters deep, and the bats keep flying out. We've been here for like 15 minutes and they keep flying out. Now back here in Battambang city, and yeah, this was a really cool experience going into the villages and just seeing how the people live in rural Cambodia, because you know, Cambodia is still a very rural society. The country is still very reliant on agriculture, and many people still live this very rural and very traditional, authentic lifestyle. So yeah, that's why it's important to see that. And yeah, this is the end of my little exploration in and around Battambang. So thanks very much for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.